Hey, what's up, guys? How's it going? Welcome to Tone's Take. Hey, it's my last day of work today. I am just so excited. It is what, December 20th, one day before the wonderful winter solstice, and I'm done work for the year. So, go me. My take on this there's this article Altria to buy a $12.8 billion minority stake in e cigarette company Juul. And I'm just like, what the F? Do people really take pride in investing in running companies that are just literally out to destroy people's lives? Like Altria is the maker of the Marlboro cigarette, the same cigarette that for centuries has killed people through lung disease mainly. Because of the nicotine present in it, as well as the many other chemicals, like all those Truth commercials that I grew up watching, that I believe are still somewhere out there. What were those all for? How are these companies still in business and making this much money, enough that they can actually buy a minority stake of $12.8 billion? It says that it's a 35% stake in Juul Labs. It's a marriage between an old line tobacco giant and a fast growing electronic cigarette rival looking to make inroads among smokers. And this is just terrible. This is absolutely terrible. Like, the only thing that I think is worse than guns and alcohol is the tobacco industry. Like, literally, every time you smoke, you are killing yourself. It's not, like alcohol where, okay, you can drink a little in moderation. Some wine is good here and there, there's something. No, the moment you take a puff of smoke, it starts to decrease your lung capacity. It's like all these things take place. You're literally inhaling chemicals that are not in any way good for your body. And yet somehow this is still a profiting business. It's still amazing. The deal was announced today, and it values the San Francisco-based Juul at $38 million, more than double the roughly $16 billion valuation it achieved in a July private funding round, highlighting what Altria sees as a growth path in the face of declining cigarette sales. So, yes, cigarette sales are declining. People are starting to wise up to the fact that cigarettes are killing them. We need to find something else that people are jumping onto that's killing them. Oh, let's jump on the e-cigarettes. E-cigarettes, by the way, still have nicotine in them. We are taking significant action. This is what the Altria chief executive, Howard Willard, said. We are taking significant action to prepare for a future where adult smokers overwhelmingly choose non-combustible products over cigarettes. Do they not realize that a majority of their subscriber base are actually teens that find these cigarettes and then end up using them, which becomes a gateway to them using actual cigarettes, if not even worse products and other chemicals and drugs, and the list goes on. It's like it's becoming the gateway drug. The connection to Altria is expected to get Juul, which has risen swiftly over the last 3 years, to become the U.S. market leader in e-cigarettes, more prominent in distribution in convenience stores and other traditional retail channels. Altria, and here's the worst part, Altria brings decades of lobbying expertise in Washington that could benefit Juul as the company navigates heightened federal scrutiny of its product's popularity among teenagers. So now here you have a company, Juul, startup, 3 years old, who really doesn't have a foothold in Washington, D.C. And Altria's like, hey, I know how to line the fleece those pockets of the people in Washington D.C. Let me help you. This is terrible. This is terrible on all levels, politically, economically, legally, financially, all levels. This is just terrible, and I'm surprised that there isn't some sort of government oversight committee that can actually put a stop to something like this. Juul chief executive Kevin Burns said, "Our success ultimately depends on our ability to get our product in the hands of adult smokers and out of the hands of youth." Lies, huge lies. Tying up with a tobacco industry, of course, carries reputational risks for e-cigarette startup, which has formed a company culture around disrupting one of the world's largest and oldest industries. Under the terms of the deal, Altria may not buy additional Juul shares or mount a takeover, yada, yada, yada. The deal, which is subject to antitrust clearance, which I surely hope that they don't get antitrust clearance, would give Altria the right to nominate directors representing a third of Juul's board, the cigarette giant said. Juul's devices, which vaporize a nicotine-laced liquid and resemble a USB flash drive, have grown from 13.6% of the market in early 2017 to more than 75% this month, which is according to Wells Fargo analysis of Nielsen retail data. And it's released Thursday. Altria said Juul represented approximately 30% of the U.S. e-cigarette space. Yada, yada, yada. Euromonitor projects the U.S. vapor market will nearly triple in size to 11.7 billion by 2022. And this is just scary because of all the things that we are trying to get children not to do, smoking has just simply been one of those things that's always at the top of the list. Smoking, drinking, unprotected sex, a lot of those things that have just been constant banes to humanity's existence since all these things existed. Federal data released last month showed a 78% year-on-year increase in high school students who reported using e-cigarettes in the last 30 days. Coinciding with the rise in Juul's popularity, which equates to more than 3 million students. 3 million students in America using these products. Again, I see it as a gateway drug to other things. On a conference call with investors Thursday, Altria's CEO Willard said he believes underage purchasers are a small contributor. Yeah, so he acknowledges that they are a contributor. This is ridiculous. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration last month announced new curbs on sales of flavored e-cigarette products, including Juul's Mango and Cool Cucumber, amid concerns of widespread use. Juul has boosted its own lobbying spending to $890,000 this month. That is still far less than Altria's more than $7 million in lobbying this year. So just think of the power that Juul now has. You have this product that is increasing rapidly in the market. It is negatively impacting children. And now you have a big tobacco company who is just well versed in everything DC, politics, economics, whatever. This just spells complete disaster for something that I feel many people have worked so hard to try to eliminate, the smoking problem of the youth in America. And it's all going to unravel. I would love to hear what you all think about this minority stake that Altria is taking. Do you think it's a good idea? Do you think I find it hard to believe that anyone's going to find this to be a good idea unless you are somehow tied in with the tobacco company or with Juul. I just think this is completely terrible in every way. So that's my thought on this. There were a lot of things that happened today. You had Secretary or Defense, whatever his title was, Jim Mattis, announced his retirement because Donald Trump wants to pull out of Syria, as well as remove 7,000 troops from Afghanistan, which I think is huge because we've been talking about ending our presence in the Middle East, and this is a huge step. So I kind of applaud Trump for doing that. But that was probably one of the biggest things in the news today. But let me know what else you thought was a big thing that happened, and what you think about this whole Altria Juul collabo. And I will see you all tomorrow. Peace out.